नमस्कार विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, वेलकम टू द another lecture of applied mechanics. So in the previous lecture we have discussed about the different graphs, that is the graph of load versus effort, then graph of load versus efficiency, the graph of load versus friction effort, and the graph of load versus friction load. And also we have discussed some problem based on that graphs. आय होप तुम्हाला सगळ्यांना ते प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व्ह करता आले असतील, तुम्ही घरी प्रॅक्टिस केली असेल त्याची. ठीक आहे. सो नाव टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट some important machine as per our subject point of view. So in our second chapter, that is the simple lifting machine, we have some simple machines ज्या की आपल्याला या चॅप्टर मध्ये इम्पॉर्टंट आहेत. ठीक आहे. So that machines are nothing but the simple wheel and axle. Second one is the differential wheel and axle. Third one is the worm and worm wheel. Then fourth one is the single purchase crab winch. After that, double purchase crab winch. Then sixth one is the simple screw jack. And seventh one is the Weston's differential pulley block. And eighth one is the geared pulley block. So these eight are the machines we have in our syllabus. So we have to discuss all these machines one by one. So first of all, we have to see the first machine, that is nothing but the simple wheel and axle. Okay. So let's see what exactly the simple wheel and axle machine is. You can see here in this figure, we have a figure, right? In this figure, you can show a simple wheel and axle. Here, wheel is given and axle is also given, in which the wheel A and B, axle B, are kept to the same shaft. Means we have a one shaft here. This is our shaft. This hole is our shaft up to here. This is our shaft. Okay. On this shaft, we have a wheel A. This is your wheel A, and this is your axle B. So both are kept to each other on the one shaft. Okay. After that, what it said, the shaft is mounted on ball bearing in order to reduce the friction resistance to a minimum. So here this shaft is mounted on a ball bearing. So या shaft वर जे आपण bearing वरती माउंट केलेला आहे ती bearing कशी आहे, कुठली bearing आहे, ball bearing आहे. It will be not a sliding bearing or rolling bearing. It is a ball bearing. So या ball bearing वरती हा shaft mount आहे. Why we are using the ball bearing? Because here friction is reduced. Okay, that's why. Then now see, a string is wound. Its string is wound round the axle B. Here you can see this blue portion is nothing but our strings. This. So these strings are wound to the axle B, which carries the load. Here you can see these strings are carries the load W. Okay, so these strings are carries the load W. Whichever strings on a axle B that carries the load W, and the second string you can see here that is on a wheel A, that is in opposite direction to that of the string on B. So these strings are in opposite direction and it carries our effort, whatever effort we have required, which is on this A string. Okay. So now let's see what the points is denoted. Let we have a D, capital D, that is nothing but the diameter of effort wheel. Here this D is nothing but the diameter of effort wheel. Okay. After that, small d, that is nothing but the diameter of load axle, that is up to this distance. या distance पर्यंत इथे बघू शकता तुम्ही, बरोबर. म्हणजे कॅपिटल डी आहे तुमचा डायमीटर ऑफ व्हील एफर्ट आणि स्मॉल डी आहे तुमचा डायमीटर ऑफ लोड एक्झल. Then W is nothing but the load lifted. किती लोड आपण लिफ्ट करतोय, that is nothing but the W. Whatever load is applied, that is nothing but your W. After that, effort applied to lift the load, that is nothing but the P. This P is denoted by P is nothing but the effort applied to lift the load. So here whatever load you are lifting by using your effort, P, that is nothing but the P. Now you can see here on end of string is fixed to the wheel while the other is free and the effort is applied to this end. So here one end of string to the wheel is fixed. Here you can see one end is fixed and another end is free where we have applied our effort. So this end is free and this end is fixed. Okay. Now you can see here, since the two strings are bound in opposite direction, so here this string, yeah, strings, okay, and these strings are in a opposite direction to each other. Therefore a downward motion of the effort P means जेव्हा आपण हे काय करू डाउनवर्ड ओढणार P ला, या स्ट्रिंगला काय करू आपण ज्यावेळेस डाउनवर्ड ओढतो त्यावेळेस ऑटोमॅटिकली दिस W will raise up. W काय होतो ऑटोमॅटिकली अप होतो. सो बिकॉज ऑफ दी बोथ स्ट्रिंग्स आर इन अ अपोजिट डायरेक्शन. तर या दोन्ही स्ट्रिंग अपोजिट डायरेक्शन मध्ये असल्यामुळे ज्यावेळेस पण आपण काय करतो लोड एफर्ट लावतो डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शनला लोड ऑटोमॅटिक वरती लिफ्ट होतो. जर एफर्ट सोडून दिलं तुम्ही इथे एफर्ट नाही लावलं तर लोड ऑटोमॅटिक डाउनवर्ड येईल. ठीक आहे. So now see here, since the wheel as well as the axle are kept to the same shaft, here जसं आपल्याला माहिती आहे the wheel A, total this wheel A and this axle B are kept to the same shaft. Okay, therefore when the wheel rotates through one revolution, the axle will also rotate through the one revolution. This sentence is very important. इथे बघा wheel आता काय झालेलं आहे इथे and axle in one revolution. आता सपोज दिस इज आपल्याकडे हा शाफ्ट होता बरोबर. नाउ यू कॅन सी हियर या शाफ्ट वरती आपलं काय एक ऍक्झल आहे आणि त्याच ऍक्झलला कनेक्टेड काय तुमची व्हील आहे राइट. सो हियर वी हॅव अ ऍक्झल अँड व्हील. सो नाउ टेल मी if we are providing the power to this shaft will rotate होईल. बट हे दोन्ही कसे आहेत ऍक्झल आणि शाफ्ट एकमेकांमध्ये अटॅच आहेत किट टू इच अदर आहे बरोबर. त्यामुळे हा जर रोटेट झाला तो ऑटोमॅटिकली तुमचा ऍक्झल रोटेट होईल आणि ऑटोमॅटिकली व्हील रोटेट होणार बरोबर. दॅट्स वाय जर याचं एक रिव्हॉल्युशन असेल स्पीड कशाचं ऍक्झलचं देन ऑटोमॅटिकली जी व्हील आहे त्याचाही स्पीड कसा असेल वन रिव्हॉल्युशन बरोबर. आपण कसं रोटेट होईल वन रिव्हॉल्युशन. सो बिकॉज ऑफ दी बोथ एक्सेल अँड शाफ्ट एक्सेल अँड व्हील आर कीप टू इच अदर अँड माउंटेड ऑन द सेम शाफ्ट. दॅट्स वाय द रोटेशन ऑफ बोथ द एक्सेल अँड व्हील आर द वन रिव्हॉल्युशन. So now after that you can see here how the formula will generate for the simple wheel and axle. So you can see here we know that the displacement of effort in one revolution of effort wheel A, that is nothing but the pi d. So आपलं axle काय आहे डिस्प्लेसमेंट ऑफ एफर्ट ऑफ द वन रिव्हॉल्युशन ऑफ व्हील म्हणजेच काय असते तुमचा सर्क्युलर पोर्शन असतो. तो जेव्हा कंप्लीट वन रिव्हॉल्युशन बघतो आपण म्हणजे दॅट इज अवर सर्कम्फरन्स. व्हॉट इज द सर्कम्फरन्स ऑफ व्हील that is nothing but the pi d. So that's why here this displacement is pi d. So give it an equation number 1. After that, and displacement of the load in one revolution, that is nothing but pi d. So give it equation number 2. Okay, therefore velocity ratio is nothing but the distance moved by the effort divided by distance moved by the load. So this is our relation for the velocity ratio. Now velocity ratio distance moved by the effort, that is nothing but the pi d, and distance moved by the displacement means distance moved by the load, that is nothing but the pi, but here d is a small d, right? Because load is acted on an axle and effort is acted on a wheel. So diameter of wheel is capital D and diameter of axle wheel is a small d, right? That's why here velocity ratio is equal to distance moved by the effort divided by distance moved by the load. So that is nothing but pi d divided by pi d. Here this pi will get cancelled. Okay. After that you can see that is the capital D divided by small d. So velocity ratio is nothing but the capital D divided by small d. So this is the equation for what? Simple wheel and axle. Wheel and axle. So we have to find out this only, that is the velocity ratio for simple wheel and axle, that is nothing but the capital D divided by small t. So now you can see here, now mechanical advantage will be the same whatever we are using first. Okay, that is nothing but the load lifted divided by effort applied, that is nothing but the capital W by capital P. As usual, whatever we have used in the previous lectures and previous for solving the previous problems. And efficiency is nothing but the mechanical advantage divided by velocity ratio multiplied by 100. So this is the nothing but the same efficiency formula whichever we have used in a previous problems or previous examples. Okay, so we have to use this both same, but only we have the new equation for velocity ratio. When you have in your examination there is a problem regarding simple wheel and axle, at that time you have to use the velocity ratio formula is equal to d by capital D by small d. So now let's see the one problem based on it. So you will understand how we can solve it. Okay, so read the problem carefully. I always told you, always in your 50% answer is in your what question. So now see, a simple wheel and axle has wheel and axle of diameter of 300 mm and 30 mm respectively. So diameter of wheel is 300 mm and diameter of axle is 30 mm. What is the efficiency of machine? So we have to find out the efficiency of machine. If it can lift a load of 900 Newton, suppose हे काय लोड किती लिफ्ट करत असेल 900 न्यूटन by an effort of 100 Newton. So effort we have given 100 and load we have given 900. So first thing you have to do, that is nothing but the find out the given data. So what are the given data? So you can see here, that is nothing but diameter of wheel, that is nothing but capital D is equal to how much? 300 mm. After that, second thing, diameter of axle, that is nothing but small d is equal to 30 mm, which is given to us. Then load lifted by machine, that is nothing but the how much? 900 Newton. And after that, what? Effort applied to lift the load. Effort applied to lift load, that is nothing but 100 Newton. So these are the given values to us. After that, we have to, so what we have to find out, what problem to us, we have to find out the efficiency of the machine. So here we have to find out of machine efficiency is how much. Okay, so for that we know that the velocity ratio of simple wheel and axle. So for efficiency we have a formula, you know the formula for efficiency, that is nothing but mechanical advantage divided by velocity ratio 100. But you can see here mechanical advantage, we don't know the value of mechanical advantage, so you have to find out the value of mechanical advantage. Also velocity ratio is not given to us, then we have to find out the velocity ratio. After that we can find out the value of efficiency, right? So now what you can do, thing you can do here. So recently we know the simple wheel and axle. So we know the velocity ratio of the simple wheel and axle. So what it will be? So that is nothing but velocity ratio is equal to simple wheel and axle. That is nothing but capital D by small d. We have recently seen it. Okay. So here the value of capital D is nothing but 300, which is given to us. That is divided by small d value is 30. That is also given to us. Here 0 0 will get cancelled. 3 1s are 3. That is nothing but the 10. So velocity ratio is nothing but the 10. So here we have find out the value of velocity ratio. That is nothing but the 10. Okay. Now once we get the value of velocity ratio, now what is unknown in this formula? So you can see here we get the value of velocity ratio. Okay, but we don't know the value of mechanical advantage. Now we can find out the mechanical advantage value. How we can find out? So here you can say we know that mechanical advantage is equal to what? W upon P. W is nothing but the load and P is nothing but the effort. So here the value of W is 900 and value of load effort is 100. So you can take the value of W, that is 900 Newton, divided by how much? Yes, very good. 100 Newton is equal to, both get cancelled. So 1 9 is 9. So here mechanical advantage is nothing but the 9. So value of mechanical advantage is nothing but 9. Okay. So these are the two values we have find out here. Okay. Now what we can do? Then we can find out the efficiency. Right. So what is the efficiency? So we know the formula for efficiency, that is nothing but efficiency is equal to mechanical advantage divided by velocity ratio into 100. So now we can put the value of mechanical advantage. So here efficiency is nothing but the value of mechanical advantage is nothing but 9 divided by value of velocity ratio is 10 multiplied by 100. Here 10 tens are 100, right? So we can say it is a 9 into 10 is equal to 90. So efficiency is nothing but the 90%. So we have find out the efficiency of the machine. So this is the our solution. Okay. So like this you have to solve the number of problems. So this is the simple kind of problem. After that, in your examination, this kind of problem will ask for the 2 or 3 marks only. But for 6 marks, 8 marks, or 4 marks, you have some difficult problem like this problem. Now you can see here. What is the second numerical? Second numerical is nothing but a drum weighing a 60 Newton and holding 420 Newton of water is to be raised from a wheel by means of wheel and axle. So here what it said, a drum weighing 600 Newton and holding 420 Newton of water is to be raised from the wheel by means of a wheel and axle. Full stop. The axle is 100 mm diameter and the wheel is 500 mm diameter. If a force of 120 Newton has to be applied to the wheel, find mechanical advantage, velocity ratio and efficiency of the machine. So we have to find out here the given data first. So this problem will little bit complicated for you. So here given data is nothing but, what is the given data? Now here see, a drum weighing 60 Newton and holding 420 Newton of water. So we have a two loads here. Means we have given a one drum. Okay, in that drum there is a water also. So that drum has their self weight, that is nothing but the 60 Newton, and the water which carrying in that drum is nothing but the 420 Newton, right? So here what we have to do right now, we have to write a given data like total load to be lifted. Total load to be lifted. To be lifted. That is nothing but your W. So what is total load? Actually, you can see here what we can see. Here two loads are given 60 and 420, but we are carrying the both load. We are carrying drum also and water in that drum also, whatever is in that drum. Okay, so that's why total load is nothing but the what 60 plus 420. So that is nothing but 60 is your drum self-weight and 420 is the water. So that is nothing but the total 480 Newton. So this is the value of W. Okay, that is nothing but the load. Now, what problem said to us? Remaining given data. The axle is 100 mm diameter and the wheel is 500 mm diameter. So here the diameter of axle and diameter of wheel is given also. So write down diameter of wheel, that is nothing but the capital D, is equal to how much? 500 mm, and diameter of axle, that is nothing but the small d. Small d is equal to how much? 100 mm. Okay, so these are the values for diameter of wheel and diameter of axle. After that, what is given to us again? If a force of 120 Newton has to apply to the wheel, means on a wheel we have applying a 120 Newton force, means this is the P, the value of P. So here what is given again? Effort is given to us, right? So effort is nothing but P. So here P is equal to how much? That is 120 Newton given to us. So these all terms are given to us. After that, the problem said to us, what said to us? Find first mechanical advantage, second velocity ratio, and third efficiency of the machine. So we have to find here mechanical advantage. So value of mechanical advantage, that is known. Then velocity ratio and efficiency of machine. So velocity ratio, value of velocity ratio is how much, and efficiency of the machine is how much. So we have to find out these three terms in this problem. So these are the given data, this is the given data, and this, by using this given data, you have to solve the problem. So how we can solve this problem? So once we get the given, means you already solve the 50% problem. Okay, so remaining 50% is the remaining is the 50%. Which 50%? By applying your formulas on it, right? So here you can see, first thing we have to find out, that is nothing but the mechanical advantage. So we know very well what we know. We know the formula of mechanical advantage, that is nothing but the W upon P. So value of W, we know value of W, that is how much? 480. 60 plus 420, that is 480, divided by value of P, that is nothing but the 120, right? So here you can find out 12 fours are 48, right? So here mechanical advantage is nothing but the 4. So first thing we have find out, that is mechanical advantage is equal to 4. After that, what we have to do? Now we have to find out the what? Velocity ratio. Velocity ratio. Second thing we have to do, that is the velocity ratio. So now you can see here, we know that velocity ratio is equal to what? Capital D divided by small d. So here you can see the value of capital D is 500. The value of small d is 100. So write down here velocity ratio is equal to 500 divided by 100. So that is nothing but the 5. This is the value of velocity ratio. So velocity ratio is equal to 5. Now third thing we have to find out, that is nothing but the efficiency of the machine. Efficiency of the machine, right? So here efficiency of the machine, how we can find out? We have a one formula for that, that is nothing but efficiency is equal to mechanical advantage divided by velocity ratio into 100. Now we know the value of mechanical advantage, that is nothing but how much? You can see here 4, and we know the value of velocity ratio also, that is nothing but 5. So here mechanical advantage is 4 divided by velocity ratio is 5 multiplied by 100. So here 5 2s are 10, 2, and this 1 0 is remaining here. So 4 into 20 is nothing but 80%. So efficiency is 80%. So we have complete our numerical here. Okay. Now see here what is difference in the previous problem and this problem. You can see here in this we have seen when we are solving the previous problems, and in that problem we have taken the velocity ratio. You can see here, I will show you. So you can see here most of the previous problems, they always given us the value of velocity ratio. In the previous problem, in all problem जे पण आपण अगोदर प्रॉब्लेम बघितले त्यामध्ये आपल्याला कंपल्सरी व्हॅल्यू ऑफ वेलोसिटी रेशो ही काय असायची, गिवन असायची, राइट? इथे बघा all in problems they are given as a velocity ratios value. But now in these 8 types of machines, means which 8 types of machines? That is nothing but the simple machine, simple axle and wheel, differential axle and wheel, worm and worm wheel, whichever we are going to study. In all these 8 wheels we have a separate value of velocity ratio. So here now we have seen today what? Simple wheel and axle. For this velocity ratio is nothing but capital D by D. Okay. For differential wheel and axle, that will be the different. Here some another equation for that. Here also some another equation for that. Here also some another equation for that. So for all these machines, the value of velocity ratio or the equation of velocity ratio will be different. Okay. So this is the most important thing while studying this all machines, because in previous we have given the value of velocity ratio, or we can find out the value of velocity ratio by using the efficiency is equal to mechanical advantage divided by velocity ratio into 100 by using this equation. So in this equation what we can do, we are putting the value of efficiency, we are putting the value of mechanical advantage and find out the value of velocity ratio. But now and onwards, it's in all these machines we have to find out the value of velocity ratio by using the formulas for that. Okay, so this is our problem second. Like this, like this second problem, you will get some त्याच प्रकारे तुम्हाला प्रॉब्लेम्स विचारले जातील तुमच्या एग्जाम्स मध्ये. ठीक आहे, या प्रॉब्लेम प्रमाणेच तुम्हाला अजून यामध्ये काही ऍडिशनल टाकून यामध्ये ग्राफची पण ऍड करून प्रॉब्लेम विचारले जातील. सो प्रॅक्टिस दिस प्रॉब्लेम. इथे आपण लेक्चर मध्ये बघितल्यानंतर देखील अजून सॉल्व्ह करून बघा. ठीक आहे, प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व्ह करा. जर काही डिफिकल्टी असेल, काही डाउट्स असतील प्रॉब्लेम्स मध्ये, तर यू कॅन send your doubts in a comment box or you can contact to us. Okay, कॉन्टॅक्ट देखील करू शकता किंवा आपल्या ग्रुपला व्हॉट्सअप ग्रुपला मेसेज करू शकता. ओके, so we are stopping here today. Tomorrow we will going to discuss about the differential wheel and axle, the second machine. So we are stopping here. Thank you.